So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do them together this time. And as you recall, the algorithm will flip these two back here and these two on the bottom. So on the top, what do I need to do to put an E in? Well, I can flip these two so I can solve the red side here. In terms of this top here, which will do the same thing, I already have one in place. So if I move this here, I can flip these two and solve the red one here, making these two solid color. In terms of the bottom, these two are solved, so I can put this in, which will solve the bottom, this part of the bottom anyway. And then I can flip these two, which will solve this part of the bottom. All right, so let's see how we're going to do this. We're going to move these together now. Might as well line the camera up. Might help to see. So to do this, this is very much like the previous algorithm. We're going to prime the bottom, 2R, DI, 2R, take the prime out. Prime both of the tops, 2R, but now this time we go D, 2R, and take the prime out. Then this one is just much like the flipping of these guys. So prime both bottoms, 2R, take the prime out, prime both tops, 2R, take the prime out. Alright, let's see what mess we've made so far. So this is in. I'm going to move this over here now so I can put this green in here to flip-flop these guys. How about here? This top, I'll flip these two, which will solve this whole side here. In terms of the bottom, this is all in, so I'm just going to let it stand. And this will flip these two. Alright, so we may or may not have parity. We'll just quickly do the same thing. Prime the bottom, 2R, DI, 2R, unprime it, prime the tops, 2R, D, 2R, unprime the tops, prime the bottoms, 2R, unprime the bottoms, prime the tops, 2R, unprime the tops. See what we've got. This comes in here, this comes in here. Okay, so this situation, these two need to be flipped and these two need to be flipped. These guys are all in, so we have parity. Now, which parities do we have? Well, we have parity in conjunction with these two sides, and we have parity in conjunction with these two sides. Notice it's exactly the same parity too. So we get to solve a supercube super parity. Well, a super square one anyway, super parity. And we're going to follow the same algorithm that we did last time, using our storytelling ability, using picture representation actually. So we're going to just line it all up for the first time and go 2R. There it is. Now remember we're going to do counterclockwise moves. So on the top, set all shields down on the side like so, setting them down. And then here we're going to set them down on the opposite side like so. And then, now this is where the turning is going to get a little difficult. But we can do it. 2R. Okay, we have our butterflies on both sides. We fly this so that it's facing down and to the right on both of our tops. And then we match it down here. So it's coordinated like this, 2R. Sticking with counterclockwise, move these two so that they're here. Stay with me there. And these so that we're here. And then, okay, this is where it's going to get difficult. As you can see, it'll do it, it's just not completely lined up. So I actually have to take it and by brute force, gap it and turn it, and it wants to come apart on me right now. But I've got this star formation. Now what I have to carefully do is move both tops here and here. Okay, so fear not, puzzle, I will get you back. And then turn it. Okay, very good. Now that we have that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my counterclockwise rotations and I'm going to just turn them to meet each other in a clockwise fashion. So the tops come over here, and the bottoms come over here in this typical symmetric form, and then turn. Here's my butterflies. Now I'm going to go counterclockwise. This will come here, and this will bisect over here, and then turn. And once I do that, I'll then turn this once again, counterclockwise here, counterclockwise, so I have this nice symmetric pattern. Now if I did this right, things should come back really nicely, and then turn this back here. I've got my cube form. Now I have to get my edges in. Now the way that I did this, notice all these are in place. So I'm once again going to go counterclockwise and turn this top over here and this top over here. And this bottom is going to turn to where I have to make sure that the white side is here. So here's a white side which is going to move like so. So this is 2 whites, 2 oranges. That's all I had to do. Now I'm going to turn it to where these guys can meet each other. Recall that the yellow was on the top, so I'm going to turn this like so, so that it splits between these two. Now I'm going to just turn the bottoms so that I can meet it, skew it over, well, it's kind of like priming it. Okay, and I'm going to split it over here actually. As you can see, I'm splitting it down the yellow side, splitting this down the white side, and bang, look what I did. I got it all back, got it all back. So now all I have to do is once again do my edges over here. Now if you want to slow it down to see exactly what I did to get out of the parity, you can use that for this guy too. Get out of there. So okay, these two are in. I got to place these two. So I'm going to put this over here. How about these? All of these are in, so I'm just going to keep it as is. And now for the bottom, okay, I'm going to solve for these two, flip-flop these guys, and for this bottom, flip-flop these guys. So, prime the bottoms, 2R, DI, 2R, unprime the bottoms, prime the tops, 2R, D, 2R, unprime the tops, prime the bottoms, 2R, unprime the bottoms, prime the tops, 2R, unprime the tops. Okay, so this is in, I put these out. Alright, now in terms of the bottom side here, I'm going to move this over here and flip-flop these guys so it's lined up over here. In terms of what's going on here, I'll do this again. These will flip once again. The bottom sides here. Okay, I gotta flip these guys here because I can't have two that are in. I have to line them up. Okay, so prime the bottom, 2R, DI, 2R, prime out, prime the tops, 2R, D, 2R, primes out, prime the bottom, 2R, unprime the bottom, prime the top, 2R, unprime the top. So let's see what kind of a mess we made here. The bottom one is in. Okay. I'm going to move this over here so that I have this solid one here. These two will flip so that I can put the blue and the red next to each other. Okay. These two I'm going to put back in at the top, and at the bottom I'm going to turn this over here so that these two can flip back in. Now what's going to happen is that the top and the bottom are going to be solved, but I have some more ways to go with the middle. So we're going to, from this configuration, yeah, that'll work. Okay, prime the bottom, 2R, DI, 2R, unprime the bottom, prime the top, 2R, D, 2R, unprime the top, and this part's easy now, prime the bottom, 2R, unprime the bottom, prime the top, 2R, unprime the top. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got. The top and the bottom are done. They're done. We don't have to do any more. But the middles here, I got to flip this, and I got to flip this. Now, what I'm going to have to do here is do it to where these are not affected. So to make the top and the bottom not affected, I'm simply going to put these skewed like this. And these aren't going to change. So I'm not going to do any moving with the top and the bottom because we're done. But now we have to move these guys, and then we're done. That way we don't have any extra parity to deal with. So we just have to remember that. These stay the same. So I'm going to prime the bottom, 2R, DI, 2R, unprime the bottom. All right, now we prime the top, prime the top, and if we can, 2R, D, 2R, unprime the top. Prime the bottom, 2R, unprime the bottom, prime the top, 2R, unprime the top. And we did it. All right, so that took a little bit of concentration. From time to time, you probably saw the colors shift. And the reason why I did that is because from time to time, I would screw up. And that's the problem with this. It's easy to lose your perspective, but it didn't change the actual content of it. If something went wrong, you just very easily lost your concentration. But anyway, that is a super square one. Now I'm going to put this away and not bring it out again for a long time.